Imagine this for a second. You get to create these incredible cinematic quality video ads for your business. But here's the catch. You don't have to hire a film crew, you don't have to buy a single expensive camera, and you don't have to spend weeks on it. That's the huge promise of Sora, OpenAI's brand new text-to-video model. So yeah, let's dive in and see what it's like to have your very own AI film crew right in your pocket.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. When a powerhouse producer and studio owner like Tyler Perry says he's putting an $800 million expansion on hold because of a new piece of tech, you just know something massive is happening. This isn't just some new app, it's sending shockwaves through the entire creative industry.
So what exactly is Sora? Well, at its core, it's an AI that you can literally just talk to with text. You type out a description of a scene you've got in your head and poof, it generates a video clip, up to a minute long, that brings those words to life. If you've ever used DALL-E 3 to create images from text, it's built on that same foundation. Sora just takes that whole concept and puts it into motion. But AI model sounds a little, dry, right? A much better way to think about this is as a world simulator. That phrase really gets to the heart of it. See, Sora doesn't just make moving pictures, it actually tries to understand and simulate the physics and logic of our world. For you as a business owner, that means you're not just a user, you're a director. You're building entire worlds from scratch.
All right, so here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we'll look at how Sora is completely changing the advertising game. Then, I'm going to walk you through how to create your very first AI video. After that, we'll get into strategy, turning those cool videos into actual profit. We'll also unpack a feature that's a huge game changer for personal brands. And finally, we'll zoom out and look at Sora's impact on the real world.
So let's get right to it. How does this change things for a small business? For forever, high-quality video has been this massive barrier, right? It was just too expensive for most people. Well, Sora is promising to just completely tear that barrier down.
Let's really break that down. The old way? You're hiring camera operators, sound guys, editors, you're renting gear, scouting locations. It's so expensive, and it takes forever. Now, flip that script. The Sora way? All you need is your idea and the words to describe it. What used to take weeks and cost thousands of dollars can now be drafted in just a few minutes. It's a huge shift.
Okay, this all sounds pretty amazing in theory, but how do you actually do it? Let's walk through the exact steps to create your first video with AI. And the best part? You don't need a single bit of video editing experience to get started. All right, listen up, because this right here is the single most important skill you need: writing a good prompt. If you just type a cat, the AI has to guess everything. But look at the strong prompt. You're giving it specifics. The subject, a fluffy calico cat. The action, napping in a sunbeam. And the visual direction, cinematic style, soft lighting. The more detail you give it, the closer you're going to get to what's in your head.
And the process itself is surprisingly simple. You just log into Sora through ChatGPT Pro or its own app. You write that awesome descriptive prompt we just talked about. You can even add your own content, which we'll get to in a minute. Then you just tweak a few basic settings like video length, you hit generate, and in about a minute, you've got drafts to look at. From there, you can use built-in tools to edit and refine it. It's really designed for you to play around and experiment. Okay, so you can make a super cool looking video. That's great. But how do you make a video that actually grows your business? This is where strategy comes in. Because let's be honest, a pretty video that doesn't connect with your customers, it's just a pretty video.
This quote from AI marketing strategist Molly Mahoney just nails it. Think of Sora as an amplifier. If you already have a clear brand and a smart strategy, Sora is going to make it shine. But if you don't know who you're talking to or what you want to say, the tool can't solve that problem for you. Your authentic brand is what's magnetic, and AI can't just invent that.
So, how do you build that strategy? It all starts with really understanding your customer. What do they want? What are they afraid of? Don't just show your product, create a little scene that makes your brand's promise feel real. Here's a great tactic. List all the reasons someone might not buy from you, and then use Sora to make a funny, charming video that tackles one of those objections. Or you could take a common pain point your customers have and exaggerate it until it's hilarious. It lets them laugh, and it positions you as the solution.
Now, let's talk about one of the most powerful features, especially for any of you whose business is built around your personal brand. It's called Cameo, and it literally lets you step inside the worlds you're creating.
So how does this work? It's pretty cool. You upload a quick video of yourself to verify it's you.
After that, you can just tell Sora to put you into any scene you can dream up. Standing on a mountaintop, in a futuristic city, done. It's like having a professional green screen studio, but without any of the hassle. And here's the crucial part. You are in complete control. You decide who gets to use your cameo, and you can pull that permission back anytime you want. So far, we focus on all the incredible opportunities for business owners, but a tool this powerful also brings some major challenges and some really big questions. So let's zoom out and take a look at the bigger picture. On one hand, Sora is democratizing video, slashing costs, and letting people test ideas at lightning speed. But then you look at the other side of the coin. It poses a very real threat of job displacement for creatives. There are huge questions about copyright, like what data was this thing trained on, and of course, there are the serious concerns about how it could be used to create convincing deepfakes and spread misinformation. And we're not talking about some theoretical problem way off in the future. One study estimated that over 100,000 entertainment jobs just in the US could be disrupted by AI in the next couple of years. And get this, that study was done before Sora was even announced. So this is a real-world impact that we just can't ignore.
Now, OpenAI knows these risks are out there. To try and get ahead of misuse, every single video that Sora makes has a visible watermark. But even more importantly, it has invisible metadata called C2PA. Think of it like a digital fingerprint that tells other platforms and people, hey, this was made by an AI. It's a built-in feature to try and keep things transparent.
This word cloud really gives you a snapshot of the whole conversation. When people are talking about Sora, what words are they using? You see the obvious ones right in the middle: people, video, art. But look at the other big themes swirling around them: jobs, laws, real and fake. This shows you it's not just a tech story. It's a story about our society, about creativity, and about our very relationship with what's real.
And all of this leads us with the one fundamental question, right? Is Sora ultimately a tool that's going to empower a whole new generation of creators and small businesses, giving them a voice they never could have afforded before? Or is it a disruptive force that's going to replace the very artists and professionals whose work it was trained on? The answer, as always, is probably somewhere in the middle. And it's a future that all of us are going to have to figure out together.